Welcome back to the Mind Body Manifest podcast, the space where we master our mindsets, heal our past, and manifest the life and success that we desire. I'm your host, Laura, and today we are busting one of the biggest myths holding us back. The myth of the right time. Spoiler alert, the right time doesn't exist. So let's dive in. Have you ever told yourself, I'll start working out on Monday, or I will start my New Year's resolutions in the new year, or I'll launch that business when life slows down and I have more time, or I'll start eating healthy after the holidays? Let me guess, Monday came and went, life never slowed down, and the holidays just turned into another excuse to delay. Does this sound familiar? It's okay. We have all freaking been there. But the truth is, waiting for the perfect time is just the fast track to staying stuck. And it's the end of the year, a season that naturally invites in reflection and resolutions and new intentions. But how often do your intentions and resolutions quietly slip away because you convince yourself that the timing isn't right? And here's the thing. The right time is an illusion. It's a lie that we tell ourselves to avoid discomfort. We're going to do everything we can to avoid being uncomfortable, to avoid pain. And your subconscious mind will protect you by self-sabotaging to avoid anything that doesn't feel familiar. Anything that doesn't feel familiar feels scary. And this is why we unconsciously self-sabotage our dreams, our goals. It's why we stay stuck. It's why we tell ourselves, I'll start when, and nothing changes. It's why we procrastinate. And I mean, think about it. All of your growth happens in the discomfort. If you never allowed yourself to get uncomfortable, life would never change. You would stay repeating the same type of life, the same experiences, the same. And yet you would probably feel stuck because nothing's changing. Growth requires you to get out of your comfort zone. Growth requires you to be a beginner. And the timing is never right. There's always going to be something that's going on that you could use as an excuse. Has life really ever handed you a neatly wrapped, chaos-free moment and said, now, here you go. Now's the time. Now's the time to shine? No. If you're waiting for the stars to align, you're not waiting for the right time. You're procrastinating. And procrastination is often just fear in disguise. Fear of judgment, fear of what others are going to think, fear of failing, fear of it not working out, fear of what is going to take for you to achieve it. Sometimes we just get so overwhelmed with the amount of work we think it's going to take in order to achieve the goal that we just procrastinate on even getting started because it seems too overwhelming. Or we're afraid we're going to have to give up something that we love in order to have it. We fear we're going to have to sacrifice time with our family to grow the business. Or we fear we're going to have to sacrifice our health and not be able to go to the gym in order to achieve that goal, or whatever it is. We fear we're going to have to lose something or sacrifice something in order to get success. Then we will stay where we are. And what's even more interesting is that the idea of the right time often comes with just a set of conditions we've created for ourselves. We think, I'll start that project when I'm more experienced, or I'll invest in my personal growth when I have more money. Have you ever said anything like that to yourself? I'll do that when? I hear my clients say it to me all the time, and I have to point it out to them because the truth is those conditions rarely ever fully resolve themselves. And waiting just becomes a habit. And then before you know it, years have passed and the dream or the goal that you once had feels farther away than ever before. Your dreams aren't going anywhere, but the longer that you wait to get started, the longer it's going to take for you to master them. So why do we do this? Why do we wait until January 1 to start fresh or wait for the next big milestone to take action? It's because it feels safer. We think if I wait until I have more time, more energy, more clarity, less stress, it's going to be easier. But guess what? Life's challenges don't disappear. And neither do your dreams. They're just going to sit there collecting dust while the clock keeps ticking. So what if instead of waiting for the right time, we trusted that we could handle the process as we go? What if you believed that messy starts lead to incredible finishes? I'm not saying that it's going to be easy, but what's harder is staying in a cycle of waiting and wondering what. That is probably the worst thing you could ever do, is not take action on your big dreams, your goals, your desires, and then later on regret it and wish that you had just started and did the dang thing. You have to go into things with being okay with a beginner mindset. Being ready isn't a feeling. It's not a feeling. I'm going to feel ready and then I'll do it. Being ready is a decision. Just decide that you're ready. Decide to start now. Decide that it's okay to be a beginner. Decide that it's okay to suck. It's okay to suck at it at first, because that's how you learn. That's how you grow. If I had waited until the right time, until I knew enough, felt like I was ready because I had all the skills, I knew exactly what to do in my business. If I had waited, I would be waiting a long time, because you learn and grow so much faster by taking action, by taking messy action. You learn through experience. There's only so much that you could read about and learn about riding a bike or driving a car. But when you really learn how to master it is by doing it over and over again. You get better through experience. So be okay with being a beginner. So many of us don't get started on our dreams, our goals, our desires because we're too afraid of sucking. No one wants to suck at what you're doing, right? You want to master it. You want to be really good at it. I don't know about you, but I want to be good at what I do. And I'm sure you feel the same. No one wants to suck at it, but mastering it comes through failing first, not being good at it, being a beginner. And the more that you can push yourself to be okay with being uncomfortable, like be comfortable with being uncomfortable, be okay with failing over and over and over again, be okay with being a beginner and learning as you go. You will make so much more progress, so much faster. So the right time to get started isn't tomorrow, isn't when you have more skills, when you have more time, when you have more energy. Instead, how could you choose to see your experience? How could you choose to see your situation as perfect right now? What can you learn along the way? Know that starting now doesn't mean you have to go all in at once. It means that you just take one small, messy, imperfect action step today. Sign up for the workout class. Send the email to that potential new client. prep one healthy meal. Whatever it is, it's the little steps that build momentum and create a ripple effect. So manifesting the life that you desire through your habits happens one step at a time. Who do I need to be in order to have the goal or the desire? What is one small action step that I can take today that would be embodying the version of me that already has that life? Every small step you take reinforces your belief that you can do it. And that is how your confidence grows, not by waiting for perfect conditions, but by proving to yourself again and again and again that you are capable. I didn't know all the things about teaching yoga when I first started teaching. I wasn't that great at it when I first started. When I first started my business, I had no idea what I was doing. I learned as I went. I taught myself as I went. I gained the skills. I got better at my craft as I went. So what is that for you? Can you think of a time in your past when you were a beginner at something and then over time you mastered it? Use that as fuel, as confidence, as proof that you've done it a million times before. You've been a beginner before. You can do it again. When you're a little kid, when you're a baby even, everything is new. And they have no problems with failing. It's once we become an adult that we get afraid of failing, of being a beginner, of not being good. But you can do hard things. You can do hard things. I love that mantra. I had a client who really had this big dream and goal of creating a retreat. And she felt like she didn't know what she was doing. And she was so scared of starting. She was like, I'm going to start next year. Once I have more time, I have this other job that I have full time, blah, blah, blah. But I encouraged her to just start, to put herself out there. And she did it. And when she was done, she had so much confidence, and it did not go perfectly. There were things that she needed to change. She learned while being there what she would do differently for the next one to make it even better. And the same goes for me. The first time I ran my first retreat, I had no idea what I was doing, but I learned along the way, and I've mastered it. Every time you do something, you get better at it and better at it. So as we close out this year, I challenge you to start before you're ready. Don't wait until the new year to get started on your goals, to get clear on what it is that you want to experience, manifest, create in 2025. Don't wait. Start now. Start writing down your goals now. And then start thinking about what are the little goals, the little steps that I can take right now to start embodying that version of myself that's already achieved that already has that. What are the little steps I can take today? How can I start building momentum for 2025 now? So here are a couple things that you can do to get out of waiting mode and into action. Number one, ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? Once you have your goal, your dream, your desire, whatever it is, ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? Name the fear. Am I afraid of failing? Am I afraid of judgment? Write it down and face it head on. Awareness of what's holding you back is really the first step. And then take yourself down that road. What is the worst case, the scenario that could happen? What is the worst that could happen? So what if they judge me? So what if I fail? If I fail, I'm going to learn. Usually when we take ourselves down the worst case scenario, it's really not as bad as we think it's going to be. And then if your mind is playing the what if game, the what if it doesn't work out, what if they judge me, what if, flip it around. What if it goes amazing? What if it goes better than I had ever anticipated? What if I get through it and I feel so much better than I thought I would. That's usually the case. You usually feel much more confident and empowered and excited to do it again after you do it. So flip it around. What if it actually works out? What if I feel amazing? What are the positive possibilities that could come from just taking messy action? And then commit to one small action. So what is one thing you can do that aligns with your goal? Small steps create big shifts. So for example, if you've been wanting to write a book in 2025, just start to create an outline or jot down a single paragraph today. Or if your dream is to start a new business or a new career, start to jot down ideas for what you're wanting to create, or update your LinkedIn profile if you're looking for a new career. These actions might seem small, but every little action compounds, adds up, ignites the momentum. And then drop the all or nothing mentality. Just remember that you don't have to overhaul your entire life to start. Just focus on progress, not perfection. A 10-minute walk is better than no exercise at all. And the more that you train your brain to make something a habit, even if you're not working out 30 minutes or an hour every single day, but you're doing the habit of exercising every day, even if it's 10 minutes, it trains your brain to repeat that same thing. It becomes a habit much easier. So progress is always better than stagnation. Okay, so after this episode, just take 10 minutes to reflect on something that you've been putting off. Ask yourself, what small action can I take today? And then do it. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for January. The right time is now. If this episode resonated with you, I would love to hear about what you are manifesting, what you're doing, what is the one small action step you're taking towards your goal. Send me a message on Instagram at mind.body.manifest. And if you're ready for deeper support to crush your goals, to manifest your dream life in 2025, I have something epic coming for you at the beginning of the new year. You might have heard me talk about it before on Instagram, but I'm launching my new manifestation membership called Embodied. You'll be receiving a lot more information on that coming soon, but monthly tools to help you embody your highest self. Embodiment tools like meditations, EFT tapping, hypnosis audios, and so much more. Okay. Thank you for tuning in today. Remember that waiting for the right time doesn't exist. Until next time, keep dreaming big, taking aligned action, and I'll see you in the next episode.